Welcome everyone, I am Saros,
And I am Kit.
and welcome to our video.
Yay! In light of the season of Halloween, we wanted to talk about Monster Wars. Monster Wars, as mentioned in the previous video, was our story that came right after Esperance. And we played it with the Halloween themes in mind, i.e. like what if monsters were real and cryptids and that kind of thing. And while we played it though, some like weird, creepy coincidences happened that we wanted to talk about. I mean, it might be because Saros's backyard was probably haunted, but those are stories for another day. Today we want to keep the theme of our channel and ramble about stories. Our first weird thing that happened was that there was like this weird crack in the field behind our house. Like there was like a big field, like cornfield, and then behind it was a dairy. And there was just this weird crack in the field that like we ended up putting as like the monster's nest because it was just so weird and eerie.
It wasn't there the previous year, I want to add. It just like appeared one year, and it might have only been the 1 year, but it could have been 2 years.
I think it
But
was only 1 year though.
Yeah, it might have just been the 1 year, to be honest. It appeared out of nowhere, and it was like mega deep, big, ginormous crack in the middle of the field. It broke my brain.
It was like the depth of like those little like rows, I guess, like those little the irrigation pieces. It was like the depth of that, but it was like wide and just like was weird.
Yeah, it was a little bit funky. So like another thing that happened is we had like originally this like scene with like this wolf creature underneath my tree where it was darkest in my backyard, because you're gonna play a spooky game, you gotta find the spooky setting.
Oh yeah.
I was totally like trying to be all dramatic and spooky and was like, oh look, in character, there's claw marks on the tree, and I put my hand there, and then I kid you not, less than a foot away from where I was like putting my hand actually was like this red paint, like these streaks of red paint that actually kind of looked like claw marks.
That was so weird when that happened. Like,
I'm pretty sure it was like the neighbors. They did sometimes go back and like do stuff, but like just the coincidence of me making crap out and finding something that actually looked very similar right there.
Well, the thing was that we were talking about it and we were like, the big wolf creature and the chupacabra fought, and it was a horrible battle as we were heading out to the back of the yard. And like the way the tree is, you can't really see through the leaves. It's kind of like a canopy. It goes up and then comes down around, and then it like makes this little area under the tree. And that's like, we went in and then it was like all messed up and there was like the red paint on the tree, and we're like, holy crap.
Yeah, we have overactive imaginations as it is, and that we don't need confirmation.
And then like another weird experience we had, like I said, we were talking about like the chupacabra and stuff, and basically in this story it was just this giant panther looking creature. It wasn't like the mangy elf chupacabra. We were like, it's a giant panther. And there was one night that we were like talking about that, and we were like being chased by it or something. We ran back to the house to where the trampoline was, and it was getting dark at that point, and we climbed on the trampoline and we looked back out, and there was like these weird like shapes moving about that were about the size of like what we thought was the chupacabra, and we were just like, oh, well, we're done for tonight. We're done. We're not playing this again.
To be honest, I have no idea why we're dumb enough to be in my yard when it was getting dark, period.
Yeah, we kept doing it.
It's always a sketchy experience. That yard just fine during the day, but sketchy as crap once it starts getting dark for some reason.
And the thing is like seeing the shadow things wasn't uncommon. It was just that night in specific that it was really weird to see the shadows moving around back there. I mean, every night it's weird, but that night in particular.
We were hyper aware because we were already picturing black panthery monsters ready to claw us into ribbons. So, and then I think for me, like the creepiest one, or at least one of the creepiest ones, was like we said, we had a scene with the wolf, and
this was after dark too, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure
it
it
was
after
getting dark. It was still technically decently light outside the tree.
So like dusk?
Because of about dusk.
I think I remember that now.
Of the tree, it looked legit like night, but there's still some amount of light outside. It wasn't like dark, but once you got underneath the tree, it felt and looked pretty dark. And we had the scene with Wolf. We kind of climbed up the tree. We climbed up that tree a lot, so that's not too unusual for us.
That was our favorite tree to climb, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was. And we had the scene where there's like, the whole situation was we went into this den. It was actually a tree. Pretended it was a den thing. And actually in the game it was a tree too, but the wolf was using it like a den. And our characters climbed up the tree only to find out that there was a wolf there the whole time. Like this dark, shadowy lump starts moving, and there's a wolf, and it starts like threatening them and talking how it's going to eat them when it climbs down because they have to come down eventually. And there actually was, it doesn't sound as frightening as it was in the moment, but there was this lump like in the darkest part on the ground underneath the tree, and I was like, okay,
there was like, let me describe this a little bit more because it was kind of weird actually, because like the way the branches were, it made like almost a smaller like hole or den in the trees. Like I remember that, and it was like on the ground, and it made like this little itty bitty den, and inside of it was the lump. It's not like it was just randomly skewed around the bottom of the tree. It was in that little hole.
Yeah, and the weird part is like we started watching it because like overactive imagination, it's getting dark. It's really dark underneath in the tree where we're at, and we're already imagining spooky things, and so we see this lump, we're freaked out, and it legit looked like it moved, like it stood up, like not moved a lot, but it looked like it moved. And then we really were scared to climb down the tree. I was concerned.
Yeah, we ended up going and checking it out later, and it was like a jacket or something, but it was just weird that it was in that specific place. And not only that, but I feel like we thought about the wolf being in that spot before we saw the jacket.
We did. But that's probably because it's, like you said, very den-like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, none of these stuff is like the scary haunted stuff, but it was.
They were still weird though.
They were still weird, and like after the fact, you rationalize it, and it's not a big deal. It's probably this or that, but like, I don't know. In the moment.
In the moment, I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
All of those experiences.
We actually made a rule that you never go underneath the tree once the sun starts going down. It's just, that's a no zone. Just nope.
Well, that part of your backyard anyways, though, was like that.
My whole backyard was sketch. Well, the front wasn't so much, and like the back porch, but
anywhere we like to hang out, the spooky stuff would come after us. Let's be real though.
Yeah.
I think the only plays that spooky stuff. No, I lied. I was gonna say spooky stuff never came after us in my room, and then I thought about it. I was like, nah, that's happened a handful of times.
Yeah, I wouldn't even dare claim that in my house. Well, actually, my room was very safe. My room was a pretty nice. My room was not sketch at all, but
We
my
didn't
base.
we didn't hang out there much, but I remember there was a few sketch things about it though.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're getting a little off topic. Like, that's fine though.
So that's the ones that we can remember most off the top of our head of some weird things that happened while creating Monster Wars. If you are wanting more spooky stories or sketch stories or want to hear about why we think my backyard was haunted or different things like that, let us know. But
give us a thumbs up for this video if you like that kind of stuff, and we'll go ahead and make more content on that.
And they will be scarier than this.
This was overactive imagination plus weird coincidences.
Essentially. Well, thanks for liking or for watching this video. Catch you later.
Thanks, guys. Bye.